G'day guys, welcome back. Doing something a little bit different again today. I'm going to do another balloon medallion pour. Now, me personally, I don't just like to fill up a whole canvas with balloon smashes. I mean, I do that, but I prefer to have a little story behind the painting, like, you know, the branches that I've done with the little birds and things like that. So this is going to be something similar, but we'll give the branches and birds a bit of a rest. Now, this canvas is 60 centimeters by 90, which is 24 inches by 36 inches. So that's that one. Pretty big. So what I tend to do is I find a stencil that I like, and then I'll get a canvas to match. Now that's just water. I sprayed underneath my canvas just to tighten it up, so that those patches are just water from underneath. So today I've got, look at that, how pretty is that? So as you can see, it's a lady, and she's got this long flowing hair. So I'm going to put her about there, I think. And I'm going to do the background in turquoises, light going down to dark. And then I'm going to do like flowing, waving hair out of the balloon medallions in shades of brown. So it'll just be like, you know, flowing like that, like her hair is. Yeah, balloons. So that's what I'm going to do, and I like the look of you know, browns and turquoises together, so that's going to be my color scheme. So there we go. So I first have to paint my background, wait for it to dry, then I can stick on my decal. So isn't she gorgeous? We'll have to give her a name. I'll pop her over here for now and I'll get started. I'm using, for my pouring medium, I'm just using my regular, what I usually use, the 60% glue, 40% water, and then I've made that really, really thin. So it's 4 parts of the pouring medium to 1 part of paint. And I'm using my Global only because I've still got some bottles left and it's fine for this sort of thing. I don't use it anymore for my flip cups because too many of their colours was splitting, going, you know, flocculating and all that sort of thing. So I'm just not using them for that anymore. So let's get going. I've got a pale sort of turquoise, a medium turquoise, and a darker turquoise. If you're interested in the colours, it's Lagoon, Peacock, and Coastal Turquoise. So light to dark in my colours. Now I'm going to be working obviously this way to me, so I'm going to have the lighter at the top, then the medium and the darker. Haven't got much paint at all because I don't want a lot of paint. I want to be able to just, you know, have a little bit of wishy-washy. I don't want it too thick, just more like, you get off there, just what's it called, like whitewashing. Have you ever done whitewashing? Sort of like that. So we'll put a little bit of paint on. You can always add more. Now this one, because I want to blend it in with the top one, so it can have a little bit there. And I need to have enough to do my sides as well. So hopefully, I'll keep a little bit in there just because I need to make sure I've got enough for my sides. I think I'll be using all of this by the looks of it. Keep a little bit. Okay, so nice soft brush, and basically we're just going to start like this, blending them, and I'll do that, and then I'll stop the video and I'll do all my little finishing touches on it because you don't want to see all of that, and then I'll get back to you. So at the moment, just up and down, just blending those colours. Probably have got quite a bit of paint on here. As I said, I don't want it too thick, but enough that I can, you know, go over my edges. I'll do that now. So make sure that, you know, this third has got the dark edges and the bottom's got the dark paint. And then up there you can go over with the medium turquoise, and up there obviously the lighter turquoise. So I'm just doing my sides here like that. That's done. Now when you go over your edges, make sure you go right over the edges, otherwise you'll end up with a blob. So I start here and go right over, and then come back, right over, come back, right over. And you can use your same brush because you're blending. As you're going, you're blending your colours. Although I don't think I want to put any dark up there. Oh dear. All right, now do the sides as well while I'm here. I was going to pause this, wasn't it? Anyway, you guys can watch a little bit. Now, because I've got quite a lot of dark on there, I'm going to wipe that off with some paper towel, because I don't want to put too much of the dark up the top there. So I'm just going to wipe this off. I'll pause the video and I'll come back when I'm finished, because it's going to take a while. Righto, my background is done. It's a little bit wet still. I got my hairdryer out and dried it as much as possible. When I look at it at the light there, there's still a little bit wet there. Yeah, it's best just to do a really thin watery coat if you want to paint same day. Okay, now where are we putting her? We're putting her here, aren't we? Just make sure that's dry. It's going to be a little bit tricky because it's all in different pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, see it's not joined, so I'm just going to cut out the main piece. Just have to try and remember like where they go. That's the only thing. I'm not sure how we can do that. I might have to just leave it. But I think it's easier just to cut out roughly the stencil. Just makes it easier when you're not dealing with so much paper. Now I need to kind of put a little mark there. Oh, this is going to be tricky, you guys. How am I going to know where to put them back? Might have to just try and do it all at once. I don't want her too close to the edge, that's all. About there. It fits just perfectly on there. You know, I just don't want her too close to the very edge there. All right, I'm just going to have to try and do this. Let's see how we go. So really what you need to try and do, I only get one shot at this. You might have to do it off camera otherwise, so I don't rush it. You need to get your stencil so that it's on this part and not this part. So that when you peel it back, the bottom piece back, your stencil's on the top. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise it's a bit tricky. Alright, so we've got our eyes. So now what we have to do is we fold that back and then work out where you want to put it. So I'm just basically going to go from the top there, make sure that's on the top. Hope to all the hopeful gods that it's in the right spot. And I'm just going to pull the, see I'm pulling this bottom one and making sure that, see, oh look, I'm doing both together. Woohoo, go me. I can do it. I didn't think I could. So yeah, just pulling the bottom one. Just go gently while you push the top one down. And And then once that's down, we'll be able to peel the top layer off and reveal the stencil. So that's that one done. Oh my gosh, I thought I was going to really struggle with this, you guys. Hang on, I'm missing a piece. Am I? Oh yes, I'm missing a piece. Here am I. Thinking I'm so good and I've missed a piece. Hang on, I'm going to have to actually go back. There's a piece here. So I'm going to have to go back until I find where it's supposed to come off. This piece of paper. And see if I can separate it. There we go. Now it's where it's supposed to be. Okay, there we go. Da-da! I did it, I did it, I did it. My gosh, oh, it's a bit crooked. Doesn't matter. Oh, it's probably, oh, yeah, it's probably a little bit crooked. It's not going to matter. Like, I'm not going to pick it up now and try and move it. No, I'm not going to. Because this sticky, it might actually lift the paint, the background paint. So I'm just going to run my finger over the stencil there, all the way down, and make sure that it's going to stick to my painted background when I lift this up. And you know, once this is cured, dried and cured in a couple of weeks, I will give it a coat of varnish. Just got to try and get that little, I hope this doesn't stick to my background. That would be awful, wouldn't it? If my blue paint came off. That would be terrible. So far so good. Alright, so that's that one there. Now this one's coming with, so let's just peel that one back. Make sure he stays down where he's supposed to stay. Okay, so that's that bit. Now let's do the same over here so that we're pulling everything up at the same rate. It's a bit tricky. Look, I did think about just doing this off camera because it takes a while, but you know, maybe you guys would actually like to see how it's done. I mean, I don't know if this is the correct way. This is just how I do it. And see that little bit there that's lifted up? So we need to make sure that that's down as well. Just the little ends there that give you trouble. Once they're down, then it's okay. You know, the rest of it peels off pretty easily. Just make sure that you're keeping it down. Oops, it's lifting a little bit. I might just cut that off just to make it a little bit easier to handle. Not so much paper everywhere. Throw that out. Okay, now what's happening here? Just going to make sure that it doesn't lift. Keep pushing it down here, and then lift, and then peel your paper. Push it again. Peel your paper. Keep pushing it, otherwise it might start lifting. Looks like an octopus does at the moment. That. Phew, getting there. This is tricky. You can use a soft cloth to, you know, push it like that, help you push. I'm just using my fingers. I'm a hands-on sort of a gal. Bit tricky. Probably, you know, it would be good to have a second pair of hands, I think, but you just take your time. Don't rush. You've only got the one stencil, you know, you've got to make it work. Just take your time. So you can get a piece of paper towel, or like I said, a soft cloth. I've just got a bit of paper towel here. And I'll just push that down. And you can use your fingers as well, but you can use a soft cloth just to push it down. It slides easier, doesn't it? Soft cloth rather than fingers. There we go, we've got a mouth. Okay. Oops, now there's a little tiny nose there. Oh, look at that, there we go. Now I'm going to cut the rest of this off because it keeps falling back down onto what I've already stuck down. So just cut it off. It just makes it easier. All right, now I'm going to just deal with this little bit of paper rather than a big piece. Oh, what's that? Oh, look, there's an eyelash or something. Oh, that's an eye. I have to be careful with that one. Oh, it's very tricky, this little eye. Be so careful. Look how thin that little piece is. Getting there. Struggling a bit, but getting there. Now, this little bit has lifted a touch. You have to get something in there and straighten that out, that little piece of eye. Sure is easier if you can, really stick that down before you lift your paper. It does make it a lot easier. Oh, there's an eye. Now there's a little loop there. I have to get something under that. I've got a, oh yeah, my tweezers maybe. No, actually, this will do. A little bamboo skewer. Because I've just lifted it somehow. And it's gone down in the wrong spot. Hope I didn't stretch it. It's only a tiny little thread of a piece. I think that's okay. All right, let's move on. We're nearly there. Still with me? Eyebrows. Woohoo! Eyebrows. All right. Now it's the hardest bit over. That was hard work. Yeah, so just be really careful if you're doing these. Little piece at a time. Okay, so there she is. Now let's get on to the next stage. I've got my balloons, same balloons that I used for my cherry blossom medallion pour. Got a big one, a medium one, a smaller one, a little one, and then a little tiny baby one. And I've got water in them, so they don't go down, they don't deflate like air balloons do. And I can reuse them over and over. I have got white, cream, flesh. These are all global. I'm using up my global. And oh, this is actually left over from I think the blue one that I did. It's like copper and gold together, so there's like a brownish color. Burnt sienna, burnt umber, and then some black. So darkest to lightest in shades of browns, really. Oh, that was an ordeal, I tell you, doing that. But no, I'm glad I did it, and I'm glad it worked, and I'm glad I got to show you how I did it. Right, now the next thing, let me put my gloves on. I've got a whole heap of pieces of paper towel ready to go to clean off my balloon. I showed you my pouring medium before, didn't I, or not? Maybe not, can't remember now. 60% glue, 40% water, and it's mixed equal parts to the Global paint. So 1 part that, 1 part paint. Now, I don't want to cover up the black because, you know, it's only a little bit of it. I've got a little bit of a mark there where I've obviously scratched the paint. I need to cover over that. I need to work out where I want to put these medallions. So I sort of want to go, you know, wavy like that. So keep that as negative space, and maybe keep the top as negative space. And when I did the background, I kind of dragged my paintbrush through to get other little shades in there. I didn't want just a block of plain colour. So that's what I did there. Righto, let's get started. I really don't know how this is going to work. I'm just going to get started and see where the balloons take me, really. So I'll do kind of bigger ones closer to her face, and then maybe smaller ones as we come away from her, sort of thing. And I'm just going to dip like that. I have to be careful I don't drip everywhere. It's going to be a little bit slow, I think. And we'll put a bit of white on top. I want to lighten everything with a little bit of white, either the white or the cream in all of them, so it just lightens everything that little bit. Let me bring my balloons over. Now, I can't remember what size I used. I'll just go for, actually, I think I'm going to have to move these because they're going to be in my way as I lean over. So I'm going to put them over on the side, otherwise I'm sure to spill them, and that won't be good. I'll just put them all over here. That way I can actually get a little bit closer without my scrubs knocking on them. So because they've got water in them, they're nice weight. I just hold the top like that and go straight down. Got to push quite hard. Straight up. And there's our first one! Yay! And it's a really pretty one. And then I can go again. I can't go more than twice, otherwise I lose the round edge. So now all I do is, you don't have to, but I do. I just wipe that clean on my little piece of tissue paper there, and I'll use that a few times until it's dirty. Okay, so off we go. Oh, look, I'm getting a few cells in there. So I don't mind if, you know, they maybe touch the hair a little bit. Not too much though, because I want to still see that, because, you know, that's all I've got. It's not like there's a lot of the stencil. It's only a little bit. So I do want to kind of keep it if I can. And I'll do 2 on each. I'll let this dry tonight, and then tomorrow I'll come through and I'll like do overlappings. I'm not going to overlap any today because I do know from experience that it's really not a good idea to overlap them when they're wet because they just smudge. Alrighty, let's go with some of this copper colour. Now I'm going to do, what am I doing, like that? How about we do a big one here? Just got to really try not to spill on your canvas. And I like the black in there because it picks up the black in the stencil. So I like that too. Whoops, I've gone off the side, that's okay. It's still on the canvas. And let me try like 3 little drips. You don't have to make puddles, you can do little drips here and there. I'm going to use my biggest balloon here. And I'm actually going to come around this side where I can reach a little bit better. Oh, wow, look at that. It's a pretty one. And back in. Oh, I touched a little bit. See how they kind of, that one's not too bad, but you can see how they've pulled the colour in from the one next to it. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't realise I was so close. But that's something that you can do the next day, like go through and put something there, you know, to overlap. Now I've got quite a lot of the same colour there, so let's go for something a little bit different. So I need to just remember that I want to go like that, sort of a wavy look. I think it's easier just to pour the paint out like that and try and pour it out of the cup. Now I tend to only put 3 colours in, but if you wanted to, you could put more colours for sure. So the bigger puddle, the bigger the balloon. And the weight of the balloon works really nicely just to go straight down. I'd have to go over that one. See, I've kind of lost the circle there. Might not have had enough paint. So whether you guys want to watch this whole thing or whether you want to fast forward, totally up to you. Totally up to you. Now I'm going to go over this one again because I've lost that edge there. White. And what else? Oh, let's go with the copper. And some medium brown. So I've got the dark brown, the medium brown. And I'll go with the big one again because there's quite a lot of paint there. Oh, a nice white one. I like that white in it. So this is a brunette, this girl. She's got brunette hair, brown hair. Wouldn't this be nice? I was thinking about it earlier when I was having my shower. I was washing my hair and I thought, oh, wouldn't this be nice to have this painting in a hair salon? Hey? Would be pretty, wouldn't it? Maybe I can sell it to a hairdresser. Whoops. I spilt. Maybe my dot will cover that. I guess the beauty of it is tomorrow I can overlap and cover any dots that I might have created by mistake. Now I do like the black, but I don't want black in all of them because it can look a little bit dark, a little bit muddy. So not in all of them. Oh, that covered my dot. And there we go. We are on a roll, hey? All right, so something like that. I like that white one. Let me see if I can do another white one up here. I did say I wanted to do the bigger ones closer to her 9 and the smaller ones out here. So I do need to do some more bigger ones. I mean, they will be, you know, big and small, but I don't want to do like huge ones over here. I just want to do little ones down there. coming up with different colour schemes here. Oops, I could feel that balloon slipping underneath my fingers there. No, still not good. I'm going to have to redo him. Sometimes you just don't have enough paint to get, you know, a nice circle there. So that's okay. You can just go again over the top. Let's put some copper in. And dark chocolate. Straight down, straight up. Try not to move it too much. I think I'll do a couple of smaller ones now. And then, you know, as I said, tomorrow I will go in and I'll fill in some of these little gaps. I'll just put a little one there for now. A little one there. Whoa, okay, well I guess you're going there then, even though I didn't want you to go there. That's going to overlap. That might be a problem. Might be a problem. Pop some copper in. Just have to try and keep that one's a bit smaller. So I want some that are light and, you know, some that are darker. And I try to alternate light, dark with my colours. Now I'm going to go with, I'm not going to go with the really tiny little one, I'm going to go with this one. It's kind of an egg size really. And I'll just put that there because I want little ones out here. And I'm not going to wipe it, I'm just going to go straight in again. There we go. I think you might have a little bit too much paint on you. Take a little bit off. Just go there because I know I'm going to have little ones over there, so I can just go there. Alrighty, how are we looking? Let's do some with black on the bottom. Maybe here. A bigger one with some more black on it. So you can do a couple at a time, you know, 2 or 3 at a time. If you've got the one colour out, you might as well use it. Try not to drip. Oh, she says as she drips, that's okay. Hopefully that will cover it. So the medium one here. Ooh, that's a nice one. Oh, look at that. I don't remember how I did these colours. See, that's why the video is handy. What am I doing? I'm going to, let's go up here. Okay. I just got to make sure I don't have, you know, a straight line. I'd have to go up there a little bit more. So another one there. So it goes up and then down, you know, wavy, not just straight. Okay. What colour should we go up there? Have I done chocolate on the bottom there? Let's do that. I can do like a bigger one just there. Chocolate and and cream and some copper maybe, like so. I'm going to go around the back because I can't reach properly. Just as well I can walk around, hey. There we go. Pretty, pretty. And then I'll put that one there. Okay. I need to change my little piece of paper towel to a clean one. That was only one little sheet that I used. Pretty good, hey? Alrighty, let's keep on going. Let's put some white down here. So basically just filling in the gaps for now. And then tomorrow I'll come back and add some overlapping and some smaller ones in between and see what colours I need to do. And let's go with some copper. Maybe there's 3 little blobs of copper there like that. And we'll go with the big balloon this time. And then straight back there. I don't push as hard the second time round because there's not as much paint to go around. So just a gentle push with the second one. All right, now I need some more chocolate, darker, maybe the black. What do we need more of? Maybe some black. I do like that one there. Actually, let's put some, what am I doing? I'm going up. All right, so I need some black there. That's a bit of hair or something stuck to my finger, hang on. So up, down, up again. So we'll start going up again here. The black, maybe a bit more. What did I do there? I can't remember. Was it this one? Must have been this one. And the, I don't think it was white, I think it was cream. I've got white right next to it, so I won't put white. Oops, I spilled. Consistency is pretty much the same as what I would use for a flip cup core. I'm just going to go around here again, around the back. Found a little spot I could use. And I'll wipe him. And then this one's the next size up. I'll just go there. I don't want it to look too structured, you know, but it's hard. I'll have to cover that with something. It's hard not to look too structured. Loving this black in here really makes that pop. So it needs to start coming back down there now, I think. Let's just get our line where we're putting the hair. I can always add a few little bits later on if I'm not quite happy with it. Just want to roughly outline where the hair's going. Now start having to go a little bit smaller now, not too big. few more big ones in here. Haven't started with the cream before, have we? So let's start with the cream. Or maybe we have, I don't remember. Do a big one there with some of the dark brown. Oops, hope I'm not getting too close and it's going to touch. And then some white on top. And I'll use the big one. This is the biggest one. I didn't touch it. Oh, thank goodness for that. Just out of the way. Put that there. Might cover that because that's annoying me. But I'll put the dot there so that it'll pick that bit of paint up, but not, hopefully not touch my black. It's a nice bit of black, that is, isn't it? There, just on the side, really pops. So this is just trial and error when you come to do these balloons. You can't have too much paint in your puddle. Otherwise you don't get a pretty pattern, you just get like a blob. So it's just practice. I don't really like that one. I'm gonna have to go over that one later. What can we use for you? No, I better not use that big one. I think I put my puddle a little bit too big there. Just see, I've got too much paint on that one now. I have to go again. See the difference? You can see the pattern there that you can't there because I've got too much paint. Might have to put a little bit more colour in that one. It's a little bit pale. A little bit pale, methinks. Just put a little bit of, whoops, bit of brown on it. And go again with the same balloon. Don't know. That's alright, I guess. There's no reason why you can't, when this is dry, like go over the center again of a balloon, but I think I personally wouldn't because I like the centers. You know, they're really pretty. It's part of what makes them. Right, keep going, keep going. Now, I want to put more black down here. And then tomorrow when I come and do some more, I'll put more black in the middle there. But let's do a big one right there in the middle. Black and copper and white. They look really nice together. Those colours, I find. And it'll be the big one. Oh good, it didn't touch the other one. I was a bit worried that it was going to touch. Okay, now I have to sort of put the big balloons away and just do some smaller ones in here as her hair sort of floats down. I'll go over that one because I don't like that. And because I'm using the smaller balloon now, I'll put a few blobs down. So those 3 will turn into 6 because I'll be dipping them afterwards. You don't need much paint, you know. I probably mixed up too much paint. What did I do? I did 30 grams of pouring medium and 30 grams of paint. but it's still, for something like this where you're not covering the whole surface, it's probably still too much paint. I'll have these colours left over. I'll have to do something else. I've decided to change my bedroom colours, because you know how I was pink and grey? I've changed them. I bought a new quilt cover, and I am going mustard and grey. Actually, it's got a little bit of like a Payne's grey in it, my new dinner cover. So yeah, I'll be doing a new painting to match my bedroom soon. So stay around for that. It'll be a big one because it's going above a king size bed. Oh, look at that. It's a nice colour, isn't it? I'm going to use a slightly bigger balloon for that one there. Just the next size up. Right, we're nearly there, you guys, for today. Now let it dry. And I'll look at it. I'll go and make dinner, and I'll come back and I'll look at it and work out what I need to change or what I need to add. But yeah, definitely some overlapping tomorrow is what will be required. And I'll have to decide if I want to put any like in here and in here. I don't think so. I think I just wanted all her hair flowing that way so that you can actually see, because I think that must be her neck. Oh no, that's her chin. This must be her neck. So yeah, I don't really want to cover too much of her up, because it's just, it'll be too much. Like there's a lot of medallion here, you know, you need somewhere for the eye to rest, and you don't want to cover up that stencil. Do I need one there, or is that, no, that's going down there, isn't it? So no more there. You can go there then. Have been bored yet, guys? I'm having fun. I do think there's a little bit too much paint on that one. I think I'll go again on just onto that one. Oops. Because I can't see much of a design there. Oh, look, now I've taken all the paint off. It's okay. Maybe I'll add just a little blob of brown and a touch of black. I'll go over it again. Kept the paint there. That's better, isn't it? So if you're not happy with your little design, you know, you can go back again for sure. Have a little one just there. I'm going to run out of spots to put them soon. Let's go with another copper, medium sized, just here in the middle. Copper, black, a little bit. I don't want it too dark because I've got a black there and a black there. It's not too much black. Mainly copper, and down we go. Now, too much paint on that one. I'm going to have to put this one somewhere. Where can I put you? I've got too much. See how it hasn't made a very pretty design because I've got too much paint there. So I'll go again. That's better. Kind of running out of spots to put you. I think I'll just wipe you for now. No, I'm still not happy with that. That one. All right, that's better. Got a bit more black overall. Now I'm just going to put another one there and another one there. And maybe up here because the hair is coming from there. So I need to fill in that. But I need to do something here, just with a medium one. And I think I'll go with, actually not white, there's a lot of white there. Let's go with the cream as the background, because that's the color that gets pushed out. And you see a lot of that because that spreads out there. And some chocolate. And a bit of white. Now, where am I going to put you when I dip you? Actually, maybe I can put something else just there. Is this going to be a long video? What am I up to already? Oh, it is what it is. I'm having fun. A little one here. Just a little one. Catch the drips. Where can we put you now? Oh, up here. That's what I said I was going to do, wasn't it? I'll put another one here later on, like tomorrow. And I may have to bring that up a little bit. How are we going for a curve? We'll see. We shall see. I think that will do me for now. I'm sure you guys have had enough of me rubbing on. Take my gloves off. I'll bring you down for a close-up so that you can see how it's going so far. Let's turn that light off. That's my big ring light. I don't know, is it hard looking at it? Looking at her upside down? Probably is. Let's go around so that you can see her. What are we calling her? There we go. I think she needs to have a little bit more hair at the top there, doesn't she? Yeah, I'll have a play around with that. A little bit more at the top. What a pretty little face, hasn't she? So let's just have a quick look at some of these medallions. Some of them have got more effect in them than others. Some of them are a little bit plain. That white one there, I may have to redo that one. And this is the good thing about them, you know, once they've dried and you think, oh, I really don't like that very much, you can just go over them. But just wait until they've dried. That one there is pretty. That looks like honeycomb, that one. So all shades of browns, really. And of course black and white. So yeah, just a little pop of black here and there to match her. I probably didn't need to put that one just there. I think that's kind of blocking my wavy design. All right, goodness, 48 minutes. I'll get going, and I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll do a few more, hey? It's the next day, and it's pretty dry. There's a couple of little areas just in the middle there that are still wet. I must have had a bit too much paint there, but the rest of it's really nice and dry. Turned out really pretty, and I love that copper in there, that shimmer. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my overlays, and mainly sort of through the middle there, so it looks thicker in the middle and sort of looks thinner on the outside. I might just put a couple of smaller ones on the outside, but basically just sort of going through the middle. So that's what I'm going to do now. And I was just looking at it thinking, what colors do I need? Like, do I need more black? Do I need more white? Not sure. Anyway, let's just get to it, hey? Now we can do our second layer. And I'll do some biggish ones and some smallish ones. White with the dark chocolate. And let's do a little bit of the cream on top, hey? Okay. I'm not going to do any big balloons like that. Oh, I don't think I will anyway, because it'll cover up too much of the other things. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? A light one amongst all those dark ones. Now, I've still got plenty of paint on there, so I really should try and use that. Now, I want that to keep going there. I don't want to fill in that area there. Not really sure about that. Oh, it's so hard. Where to go, where to go. There, that'll do. All right, now I'll wipe him off. So you guys still enjoying this? Hope so. Let's pop a little bit of copper down. And a little bit of black. So when I've done this one, I can get back onto my other piece. I'm not going to put the white on the black because I don't want grey, so I'll put the cream there. So I've got a few things going at the moment, but they all take quite a while. So I just need to do sort of one layer on one, and then it needs to wait, and then I can move on and do another layer on something else, and then it needs to wait. So I've got like 3 different big projects on the go at the moment, which you will see shortly, I'm sure. Just put a little bit of black. I know I didn't want black on the white, but I'm just going to put a bit of copper on the top there. Oh, that's an interesting one, isn't it? So you don't have to overlap everything. I think it just helps give dimension to the piece. So I'm going to make my way through here now. Let's do some copper and black in the middle there. And maybe a little bit of this. See, the light brown and the copper are a little bit similar, aren't they? So if there's an area that you'd really, you think, oh, I haven't really got a very good circle on that, you can go again. It doesn't matter if you're hiding some underneath others. It's all part of the 3D kind of dimensional look. I just got to make sure I don't overdo it. It's hard to know when to stop. That's the problem. Right, so I'm just using my smaller balloons now. As I'm making smaller puddles, I go to a smaller balloon. How pretty is that? Hey, look at that. Now I'll just put a little one here. and a little one here. Go with something a little bit smaller. And where's my little guy? Just there. I kicked the polystyrene box under the table. Did you hear that? Got a box under there. All right, how are we going with our flow? Da-da-da-da-da-da. I wish I hadn't have put that on because I would have liked it to go further down on an angle there, but never mind. Now, where do I need to go next? Oh, I need to fill in that because that's where I had that little scratch initially. So I need to fill in that little area there. So you can have a blob. And I think you can have a blob. And a little bit of cream. Just going to make sure I don't drip. So hold your cup there so you don't drip. Okay, we're getting close to the end now, hey? Another one there, another one there. And you just got to remember that when you do 2 blobs, that's going to make 4. So then you have to realize, you know, where am I going to put it? So think ahead where you're going to smash your balloon after you've smashed onto these 2. Decisions. Okay. Where else do I need to put one? I might sort of put another one up there. Go over you. I don't really like you very much. You were a little bit small. Okay. Now, as I said, I want to leave a little bit more sparse out here, a little bit more negative space on the edges, and then have that thicker bit through the center. So I probably need another one kind of here somewhere. I think I'm needing a little bit more white just here. Put one there. Maybe a bigger one just here. Those 2 colours are a little bit too similar, aren't they? Put a little bit of chocolate on that one to darken it up a bit. I'm getting hot. I'm going to put my aircon on. It's only, it's nearly 9 o'clock in the morning. Where am I going to go? Where am I going to go? Oh, it's hard to know where to put it. Oh, I don't know where to put you now. Let me stand back and have a little look. Oops, we need the bigger balloon. So you're a little bit of a bigger blob. So there's a few little ones in there, and I just felt it needed something a little bit bigger. So I'll go with the bigger one. All right, should I leave it now? Please answer me. I need your advice. We're going to need something in there, little one in there. Let's put some copper down first. I need someone to say, walk away, put down the paint. Probably have to just stand back and have a little look at it. This one's all on its own up here. It seems to need to be anchored to something else, but maybe there. Because I still want that to go like that. So maybe there or there. It just needs to be anchored to something, I think. Now I haven't used my little tinsy wincy one. I might do a few little tiny ones just on the very edges. Just a few little guys just here and there of the little tiny ones. Let's see how those go, hey? It's little tiny ones. They can all be the same. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oops, 6. Oh dear, it's going to make 12. I don't have to use them all though, do I? Get off. I'm trying to get just a tiny little bit of paint off. And try not to drip on everything else as I'm going. Alright, so those are little tinsy wincy ones, my little tiny balloon. Look at how cute he is. Alright, so I'll dip in there and then I have to dip somewhere else as well. Where am I going to put you? Let's just go back into there then, hey? I can always wipe it off. I don't have to dip it again. I'll just wipe it off. If I'm not sure where they're going for now. That one's got a bit too much paint on it. Go back into you. You're a bit too much paint on you. Stand back a little bit. Have a little look where I'm going. Do still want to see some, you know, of the background through there. So I don't want to overdo it. So I need to go back into that one. There's a little bit too much paint there. So you go back in, you get a really pretty little flower in the center. If you leave too much on, you don't get that little pretty flower in the middle. Whoops, ruined that one. That's better. Okay. I think that's pretty much it. What do you think? What do you reckon? So hard to know. I'll leave it. And then knowing me, I'll probably have a little play with it later on. But yeah, I don't want to overdo it. You know, less is more sometimes. Leave a little bit of negative space. Leave a little bit of interest. I think this one's a bit... too much paint on it. Oh, now I ruined it. I have to do that one again. And I dripped a bit of paint there. Hopefully you won't notice that bit. All right. Now see, that's bothering me. I'll have to clean that up. Can you see that? All right, I've dripped into that. Maybe I can just push that out so it looks as if it still belongs there. A little bit of black on the edge of my tool. There we go. Fixed it, didn't it? It did. All right. Now, are we happy with it? Does it need any more? Oh. I'll put the photo up, I'll put the video up, and then you guys can maybe comment and say, yes, it needs a little bit more, no, it's fine. Because, you know, you can always go back onto it and do more the next day or even a week later. You can always do more. So I'll leave it up to you to tell me what you think. What about look up here? It's not as thick in the middle as I was hoping it to be. I just don't want to overdo it, you know. I can always add more later. Let's come around and look at it from this way. There we go. Beautiful auburn curls that she's got. Yeah, I really like it. Really happy with it. It's just what I had envisaged in my head when I was looking for a stencil. I thought, I just want something, just a face with a little bit of a hair, and then I can continue that hair into my balloons. I'll go for a quick little look at some individual ones. How nice does the brown look against that turquoise, hey? It really pops. Really pretty. So happy with it. Yay! And I'll varnish it. I just think because it's got the stencil on it, not the stencil, the decal, you know, over time it may start lifting. Whereas if I give it a coat of varnish, it's kind of going to seal it down and stick it underneath the varnish, and then it's not going to have any issues lifting, is it? So happy with it. Yay! All right, I can move on to my next painting now. And hope you've enjoyed it. I know it's a long one, sorry. These just take a lot of time. So anyway, happy girl doing the happy dance, happy dance. All right, take care everyone. Stay safe. I'll see you real soon. Love you all. Bye for now.